Wacom has announced several new products to its entry-level budget-priced Wacom One line. This is their first. This is a 12-inch pen display. So, let's take a look. Hello, my name is Brad. I review tech for creative professionals, and I feel a little bit conflicted about this new little drawing tablet. There's some good and there's some bad, and so let's start out with the good. When I first plugged this in, got it running, and I drew my first few lines, I thought, dang, this feels good. First and foremost, with any drawing tablet, it has to be good at drawing, and this Wacom product nails it. No surprises there. The pen tech that they're using here isn't the same thing that they're using on their Pro pens, on their high-end Cintiq Pro line. However, this is the same tech that Wacom uses in a lot of mobile devices. For example, many of the Samsung tablets that I review, their phones, you'll see the same technology in their S Pens that you're finding on this tablet. This also means that you can take any pen from within that ecosystem, whether it's an S Pen or something that works within the S Pen line, and just start drawing on this tablet, and it works perfectly. It draws the same exact lines with the same exact pressure. And one thing that the Wacom One pen has that the others might not have are the two customizable buttons along the side. Like all drawing tablets, there are some settings, and you can go in and get this running the way you expect it to run. It's also worth mentioning that this pen is battery free, so you never have to worry about charging it up. Now, the big upgrade to this display over the older 2019 Wacom One pen display is the screen. This is a laminated display, which cuts way down on parallax. That's where your cursor appears offset from your pen tip a little bit. Not only that, but a laminated display cuts out the little gap between the glass and the screen below it, which just makes it look so much more modern and makes the screen look so much better. Now, this is a full HD display. That resolution is 1920 by 1080, which is not a ton, but then again, this is only a 12-inch screen, so at that size, it looks pretty good. You're not going to see a lot of pixelation going on here. They've also added an anti-glare coating to the screen, which also gives this screen a little bit of texture, which makes it better to draw on. Now, another thing I really liked about this that won me over early on is that I only needed one USB Type-C cable to connect this to my Mac and get it running, which made it super portable and light, and I could move it to my lap and draw that way. It's not going to work the same way for everybody. For example, if you don't have a Thunderbolt port or a port on your computer that can draw enough power, you're going to need a second USB Type-C cable and a power adapter. So there's an extra port along the top for that. And if you don't have USB-C anything, this will still work, but you're going to have to pick up a 3-in-1 cable, which has a standard USB port, an HDMI port, and also an extra part of the cord for power. Now, the downside of a 12-inch screen is that many of the hit areas, the interface elements, if you will, they're really small. It's hard to change brush sizes in Photoshop. I also was accidentally making a new folder instead of creating a new layer. Now, the good news here is modern computers are going to let you scale up that interface, make it a lot easier to use, but the trade-off there is you're losing drawing real estate. The Wacom One is also advertised as coming with bonus software, which is a cool idea if you're brand new to drawing and you just want to try out some things before you start really investing a lot of money in your software. Not a bad way to go. But one thing to point out is that this is not necessarily free software, at least the really good drawing apps that are included here. These are more like extended betas. So for example, an app like Clip Studio Paint that this comes with, it's basically a 6-month trial instead of your normal 30-day trial. This also comes with a similar offer for the Affinity Suite, which is Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, and Affinity Publisher. And if you want a Skillshare membership, there's 3 free months in here as well. But heck, who needs Skillshare when you've got my courses, right? Yeah, I'm going to talk about myself for a minute. I have 2 new courses. One is Learn to Draw in 60 Days, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's great for beginners. If you are intimidated by other drawing tutorials, this one is for you. Every day we start off with the basic fundamentals of drawing, and then the next day we build on top of that day after day after day until you learn some of these core concepts that you need. And the other one is Intro to Digital Art, which is what do we do with those sketches once they're done? How do we make them polished? How do we create line art? How do we color those things in? Check out bradsartschool.com to get all of that. There's links for that down below as well. And there's also some discount codes on the website, so don't forget those. So I said at the beginning, I have mixed feelings about the Wacom One. Why is that? I think in general, it just doesn't feel like a tremendous value. I think Wacom's biggest weakness are their prices. They make really good things, but their things also tend to be pretty expensive. Now, I think it's fine to charge more for your products. If you want to offer a premium experience, that's great. I think that's wonderful, and I think there's room in the market for that kind of thing. And when I use a Cintiq, I can feel that. But when I use a Wacom One, I don't really feel like this is a premium experience, and it costs a lot more than their competitors that are offering something similar. For example, one thing that this does really well is that the lines that the pen is making on the Wacom One are really, really smooth, just as smooth as what you're going to get on the Pro Pen, and I love that. But some of the other features on this pen aren't as advanced as what you might find on like an XP pen or a Huion pen. Things like the initial activation rate lags way behind what you find in other pens. Things like the tilt isn't as good as what you might find in Wacom's Pro Pen. Now, if you're new to this space, these aren't details I would necessarily stress over, like, oh no, the initial activation rate isn't as high. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You're probably not going to notice it, but if you are coming from something else that's better, you probably will. Also, when I look at this display, it's just okay. Like, I'm comparing it to this XP Pen 12-inch, and it has many of the same problems. For example, like the colors are not really bold. The viewing angles aren't really all that great. But when I go to an XP Pen device that's in the same price range, like this 14-inch version, that display gets a lot better. Also, Huion devices, XP devices, have shortcut keys included in the face of the tablet, so you don't have to reach around for your keyboard to undo or change your brush size. They come with these nice holders for your pens that also is a place where you can store your nibs. They include drawing gloves in the box. Many of them also come with stands in the box as well. All of this, and how much does Huion's 12-inch cost right now? $180. I also get the vibe that Wacom is taking away features from this tablet. The old Wacom One has these fold-out feet, so you don't need a stand. Their new stand sells on their website for an extra $50. And underneath those feet, they came up with some cool ways to store your extra pen nibs. The new pen does come with nibs. In fact, it comes with more nibs, but they just come in this little pouch, which I'm not saying everybody will lose, but you know, I may have already and spent a half hour looking for them. The previous Wacom One pen used to have this nice rubbery grip with this tapered top. You lose this, so this new pen doesn't feel quite as premium. So it seems like those little touches that used to make Wacom feel like a better alternative are kind of missing here. Now, I did make a video a few weeks ago where I talked about the pricing of this product and how it was being, marketed and sold on their website, and I was just really confused, specifically about what was going to be coming in their box. I did get my hands on one of Wacom's press releases, and that did definitely clear some things up. So first up, there are two versions of this thing. The one I bought from Wacom's website, which is configurable, which means you go through the thing and you can either just get the base tablet without a pen, without the cords, without all that stuff, or you can kind of add it in and go line by line and add to the price. The other way is they're going to be selling boxed versions of this product on sites like Amazon or B&H Photo or Best Buy. And in that box, you're going to get the tablets, you're going to get the pen, you're going to get two USB Type-C cords, and a power adapter. If you're new to this stuff and aren't sure what you need, I would go with the box version over the customizable version because I just think it's easier that way. So 4 years later, we get a new iteration of the Wacom One tablet with a big update, a laminated display, but it's at the same price point as the last one. It's a smaller screen and it's missing some of the amenities that the old one had. So this is a little bit of a mixed review. Is this a bad product? No. Not at all. I really enjoy drawing on this. If you buy one of these, you're probably going to love it. You're probably going to really enjoy using it. The problem is that I don't think that this is a very value price product. I think there's better stuff out there. So this one is a really mixed bag. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you in a couple of days.